Salesforce's acquisition of Spiff in 2024 was a particularly exciting one for me as the Salesforce practice leader, as it took a market leader in incentive compensation and put it onto the world's leading CRM platform. Despite it being a well-established product, obviously there is some risk with it being a new product for Salesforce, and with that it takes a lot of trust and faith from the client to put into us as the implementation provider. So I was super appreciative of Daniel and Molly's time at Dext and their willingness to actually trust that the vision they was putting forward we was going to implement for them.
Dext is an accountancy automation platform. We help bookkeepers and accounting companies be more efficient with the way that they deal with their clients when it comes to bookkeeping. We look to Spaulding to help us implement a piece of software that would take 90% of the work away and allow us to automate and streamline that process to give me as much time back as possible, to become much more strategic rather than just a processor.
The goal was to create an automated system that would allow us to eventually use our Salesforce opportunity data to calculate compensation in an automated way and give full transparency to our sales teams.
It was important that the personalities worked for us because we have a way of working in Dext. We have a culture that it's important that our outside partners also buy into. Spaulding understood us as a business as well as understood us as people. No conversation ever started without being genuinely interested in each other, as well as let's get down to business, and we were really efficient in that way of working.
So I think we found the tool relatively intuitive. Dan was able to learn how to build the plans himself, working alongside the Spaulding team. He was able to iterate those plans. We've been able to already start doing scenarios for new plans. So from an administrative and plan perspective, it's been very, very positive. We've introduced the team to some of Dan's colleagues and our RevOps teams in the regions. They also are very happy to see that we've got something systematic going in. And the feedback thus far from the sales teams have been quite positive.
The people we dealt with on a day-to-day basis, Dewey, Danny and Yanni, were all absolutely fantastic when it came to asking the right questions, coming back with feedback, dealing with our questions and our problems straight away. Whenever we had problems, the team at Spaulding knew the answer or were willing to go out of their way to get the answer that we needed to fix the issues that we had.
The goal was to implement a system that would allow us to use our Salesforce opportunity data and do our calculations in an automated, transparent way, reducing our manual effort and making sure that everyone is clear on their achievement and their payments as quickly as possible.
This project is an absolute game changer for not just myself but for Dext. It will allow us to, on an initial rollout, give all our sales operatives and anyone else who receives incentive compensation a day-to-day, almost a minute-by-minute visibility to their compensation and how they're performing against their target in month and how they should be earning towards the end of the month. It will also allow them to have queries and questions immediately, which means that we can stop the backloading of the month and the front loading of the next month in terms of process. And long term, it will allow us to start building out test plans and new incentive compensation structures that will allow us to drive the business in the right manner, which will then help us as a business achieve our targets in terms of our target on budget, our target on logos, our target in growth.
If I think about what it was like working with Dext on this project, what I see that often makes an engagement successful is looking at a cultural fit between the implementation partner and the customer as well. And in this case, from the get-go, it was clear that Molly and Dan like a pragmatic, collaborative approach, one with full transparency of working together to a common goal. And one of our company values is all business is personal. We want to be able to do business on a first-name basis and align to their goals and objectives, and how we can support them in achieving those. And so that really was a recipe for success for us being able to deliver this project on time with a successful outcome. And yeah, we're pretty excited about how we can continue to drive innovation with Dext within our organization.